Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Councilman Deshaun Gunn of the City of Tukwila.
Good morning. I'm Deshaun Quinn. I'm a member of the Tukwila City Council, and I'm a proud Forterra board member. This project is an important reason why. You've heard today about Forterra is applying its expertise in relationship building and real estate to make this place we love even better, more sustainable, and also more embracing, more inclusive. It's wrapped up in the name we gave our urban work, Cities for All. The work at Namaste Garden got started 5 years ago, led by Forterra and the International Rescue Committee, which helps refugees get resettled. Forterra remains involved in the garden. In fact, just weeks ago, we mobilized volunteers to help double the size of the plot. We were going to bring you a pail of dirt taken from the garden that day, but it would have been more like a pail of mud. It was all that we could do to get the tractor extracted. So as you may know, Tukwila has thrown open its arms to people fleeing war and strife in other parts of the world. Families that have been torn apart, have been fragmented, are getting a chance to regroup and start again. It feels good to be a part of that. As the New York Times has reported, we now have the most diverse school district in the nation. And work, thank you, yes. And work at Namaste Garden became a point of entry for Forterra in my community. Staff, volunteers, board members have since spent countless hours listening to our people and what they dream for their lives and for their community. They're brimming with hope and optimism. And of course, they have needs and concerns. Using its gifts for building relationships, Forterra is helping people come together. And Lord knows, we need a lot more of that these days. Coming together around a common vision for the future. And then we're helping people translate that vision into city priorities, city spending, and city zoning. One thing my constituents urgently need is more affordable housing. That's something a lot of people need in this region. I want you to meet someone who's at the front lines. Her name is Estela Ortega. She is the head of an empowerment group you've likely heard of, El Centro de la Raza. Estela, thanks for being here. Estela is being trailed today by a camera crew from the National Education Association. It's because, clap it up, please. It's because she's soon being honored by them with an award. Congratulations, Estela. So, why are you being honored?
Well, thank you, and good morning to everyone. It is wonderful to be here today. And the NEA is honoring El Centro de la Raza because of our 43 years of work in education for our communities, and we're very, very proud of it. Yeah. So, again, it's good to be here this morning. I'm reminded of a quote. The Cuban philosopher Jose Marti said, "In a time of crisis, the peoples of the world must rush to get to know each other." On behalf of everyone at El Centro de la Raza, we want to convey our gratitude to Forterra, to Jean and Michelle for organizing us to be here to get to know one another. At El Centro de la Raza, which translates into the center for people of all races, we organize and empower the most vulnerable and marginalized in our community. We work to build Dr. King's beloved community. We accomplish our mission through 48 different services, human services, cultural and leadership programs, and also economic development and housing programs. From our early years as an all-volunteer organization, we have grown to over 100 staff and a $10 million budget in 2016. Deshaun, this past last year, we served over 16,000 individuals, touching almost 10,000 families.
Wow. Folks, I want you to know I have my own personal connection. When I was a little kid, I attended Jose Marti, the preschool at El Centro. Plus, Roberto Maestas, Estela's late husband and founder of El Centro, was a mentor of my mother and father. And during that period, they all would march for civil rights together. So, thank you. So to me, it's great to see how the ties of the community bring us all the way to sharing a stage here today. Estela, El Centro was all over the news a few weeks ago. Tell us why.
Well, our organization has taken a huge step. We constructed our first housing, our affordable housing. It's beautiful housing. It's on the south side of El Centro de la Raza. You can see there the pictures. It's called It's called Plaza Roberto Maestas. It's 112 units. And on February 22nd, we opened up for applications, and the housing was on a first-come, first-served basis. Some people slept outside the night before, started arriving at 6 a.m., and by the end of the day, we had almost 1,000 people waiting in line to turn in their applications. Some people stood in line for as long as 10 hours. We did all we could to make them comfortable with breakfast, lunch, and snacks.
So what was your reaction?
So our reaction is that we were gratified that we were filling a need, we were meeting a need, but at the same time, it was heartbreaking to see so many people, so many families with children, people of all races, elderly, people in wheelchairs, all needing decent, affordable housing. It's indicative, it's telling of the crisis that we face in our city.
Estela, you said something striking to a reporter from KUOW. Will you share that with us?
Yes. I told a reporter that we've got to figure out how we can buy up property so that it doesn't get bought from underneath us, and that this is an opportunity to develop affordable housing in our city.
Ladies and gentlemen, for more than a year, Forterra and El Centro have been talking about ways that we can join forces. Because you know what? Forterra is in the land business. The dirt we've heard so much about this morning, and the way things are, a piece of property where you can build affordable housing, where families can have a stake in their community. And that is a keystone place. All of us appreciate that. We know how many people are struggling. We see thousands of people experiencing homelessness. So let's take a moment to think about what sustainability truly means. Sustainability means attention to the environment, the economy, and to the people. It encompasses equity and social justice. Forterra is committed to sustainability in that fullness. That's why we teamed up with the IRC on Namaste Garden. And that's why today we're announcing an exciting new partnership with El Centro de la Raza. Jean, why don't you come join us up here? and sign this memorandum between El Centro and Forterra.
Amen. I don't have my glasses. Which one is mine?
Right here.
I've been working at Forterra for about 25 years, 3 months, and 2 days. And for those 25 years, 5 months, and 2 days, I felt like we weren't meeting our full promise. That if we were going to be a real sustainable region, Forterra had to be totally in with that. And that meant working on keystone properties from the tops of our mountains to the most important communities we have, our growing communities of minorities and immigrants, to make sure they had a place of dignity. That's keystone. That land is as critical a keystone as I would say anything we do. You can see how important this is to me. So that is terrific. Thank you. Now here's my dream. My dream was that someday I'd be standing up on this stage with you and with you, Deshaun, to be able to announce this. This is a dream come true. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So El Centro de la Raza is extremely excited that our two organizations are coming together. We're providing an example on how we are going to tackle gentrification. Our actions are going to stop pushing people of color and low-income communities out of the city. As Mayor Murray has said, people deserve to live and work in the same city. And we are concretely making the connection that the lack of affordable housing is an environmental justice issue. And that is why I'm excited.
Thanks. We get to keep.
So, we got to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Together. Yes.
Hey, man.
Ooh, sorry. Now, is this going to be easy? No, of course not. Forterra doesn't have magical powers, even if one of our staff members is a comic book hero. But as you've heard this morning, it does have tremendous talent for land deals and inspiring people with a vision. Here's how we intend it to work. The idea is called land banking, and that's a nice descriptive term. The idea is to buy up important land, keystone urban land, and ensure it gets developed in a way that addresses the vital needs of people like my constituents. The focus will be land near emerging mass transit, where the train will run, for example, or bus rapid transit. Because you've heard, people all across the region are strongly in favor of concentrating growth near transit. As Jean said earlier, context matters. We'll hold the land until there's a buyer who will build affordable housing, housing that's gracious and beautiful, a buyer who will incorporate some parkland or maybe a community garden. Land like this won't come cheap, of course, but we think it's a great investment. To get the money, we'll be providing novel new ways for people to pool their resources. There isn't time to talk about that, but what I can tell you is what it will add up to, and that's hope for the people who really need it and for all of us, because we are all connected. What a thrill. What a thrill. Sorry, get a little emotional here. What a thrill it is for me to see two organizations, each so close to my heart, come together today. A lifetime relationship with El Centro, and over a 10-year working relationship with Forterra. Thank you for being here to share this moment.